Is it just a walk?
Sorry, just started it.
That's okay.
So in New York, it was what?
I just walked. I mean, in fact, we had lockers at the New York Club. We could just leave everything there. It was great. If you weren't working anyplace else, it was super convenient.
Yeah, people left stuff at the Mustache in New Orleans, but one time it burnt up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had banjo and a guitar burn up.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Pity.
Yeah, when I lived in the quarter, it was easy to get home. I just walk home. But living uptown, you could take the trolley. Now I used to have a bicycle. I'd ride a bicycle back and forth sometimes.
Yeah.
It was up near 2 lane.
Kent and I used to ride our bike when we were on Desire Street. We would ride along the docks, which was at that time the docks weren't all locked up, and that was really fun because there was nobody around, and those big ships would be sitting there, and it was cool.
See that fire? That was one of the bad stories about the Mustache, in that a bunch of musicians, including myself, lost instruments, and we never saw a penny of insurance money.
Really?
Really?
None of us. Charlie Hernandez lost that tuba that belonged to Loyola University that he had to pay back for.
Whoops.
Whoa.
It cost thousands of dollars. I lost a banjo and a guitar. Buzzy Powell lost a banjo.
That lovely Gibson of his. I remember it well.
That's right. That's right. And it burned up and none of us saw a penny. And insurance had to be paid to somebody.
You didn't have individual insurance, huh?
No, none of us did. We were all young and drinking. We didn't think about that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But when I joined the union, I got a solicitation for it. I've had that insurance ever since. I haven't used it, but I haven't needed it. But I've got it. It's not too
None
expensive.
of us had it, and we all just took the loss. And like Buzzy's case, not only was it of monetary value, it was of intrinsic aesthetic value because he loved that instrument.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a shame. I didn't know I didn't know they wouldn't. Insurance wouldn't have paid them for the instruments.
Oh, yeah.
That's unreal.
And then I guess we could bring it up to the powers that be, but that was 50 years ago. What are you going to do?
Well, Roger can start paying right now. He's a rich man. Here comes Mike Johnson.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Mike.
Hey,
Mike,
I hear you. I just don't see you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that on. Ah, there we go.
there you are.
Mike,
How are you guys?
hey,
Everybody okay?
Yeah.
yeah.
so far so good.
How was your jazz festival in Evergreen?
It was incredible, but I got COVID.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not good.
Our singer tested positive for COVID on Tuesday and I did on Wednesday. So I feel great. I've got more energy today than I have for a week or so. The festival was great. LeBeau played with us a couple of sets on Saturday, and it's the first time in about 3 years the festival happened. It was wonderful weather and great place to be. So I'm sorry I missed the meeting last week, but it's nice to be here today.
Good.
So LeBeau came up just to play with y'all at the festival?
Well, he's got family here in town. And so they drive up from Texas every year, and his wife, for it when the festival goes on, and he comes around and sits in. He actually did 2 sets with us in place of our regular trombone player, and that was very nice.
Good.
But he's done it when we played this festival once before in 2014, and he did the whole thing with us. So it was good to see him.
Petroselli's still leading it, right?
Yeah.
And you know Joe Petroselli, don't you? Again,
Who?
you know Joe.
I know Joe. I met him in Oklahoma.
Yeah. By the way, my youngest brother did a videotape of one of our sets up there at the Evergreen on Sunday. If anybody wants it, I'll just for the hell of it, I'll send you the videotape. It's about 49 minutes long, and it's the Mustache Band in Denver is not anything like what the old Mustache Band was. The old
No.
Mustache Day bands were, and but it's a good band. Our old singer came in from Florida. And we had a great time.
I heard a little bit, somebody put something on Facebook, I heard,
Yeah, that's my
Little
brother
bit.
put that up, and
heard a
that's
little
the
bit.
whole
of it.
thing, but it's better to watch it on either a big computer, the computer monitor or a big screen
I
television.
think y'all open with Old Lady Be Good.
Yeah. We do a song in there, Barry, featuring Andrew Vogt on baritone sax, Tico Tico.
Hmm.
You know Andrew, but you haven't heard him on baritone. And then we've been doing a song for years and years. It's kind of as a woman put it, a mashup of I Love Paris in the Springtime and Ghost Riders in the Sky. It's all on that video.
And
You'll have a lot of good crowds there.
I
Yeah, it
love,
was very good. That's been a popular festival. If COVID hadn't hit, this would have been the 22nd year, but it's actually the 19th year they did it. So it was good, very good crowds, good weather. Normally it rains in the afternoons up there, but it didn't hit us this year at all.
What you say, Roger?
Hey, Roger,
Good
Hey, Raj.
afternoon, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to see you all.
You too.
yeah,
pleasure to be seen.
It's a hot time in the old town tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill and Tom, I was going through a bunch of SD cards and flash drives this morning and found a couple of things from Clearwater, Florida. And the thing at Neil's house at Sarasota. And there's too many to send by email. If you want to, if you guys want them and want some to use at some point,
Yeah.
I'll put them on flash drives and send them to one or both of you if you want to do that.
We'll do either one of us, but do you have my address?
I've got Bill's address.
Okay, send him to Bill. He can do it.
Okay, I'll send those off to you in the next week,
Good
Bill.
job, Tom.
There's tons of photos on there, and most of them I identify who's the people on them. And there's some stuff at the restaurant and the jam session at the Holiday Inn restaurant.
Okay. Yeah, Bill's not here today. His wife's, it's, a-
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Fine,
wasn't paying
okay.
attention. I'm just kind of scatterbrained today, thinking about
yeah.
trying to get prescriptions for Paxlovid and other stuff. So sorry about that.
You got
Rick.
his address, send him to him and I'll talk to him.
I'll send them to him. Sorry
If
about
he
that,
need-
Rick.
If he needs some help. I got your pictures today, Roger.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Wow.
We'll put them up because I need to leave early. Shit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Who's serving beer today? Who the hell's a bartender?
cheers to your health.
All right.
There's another picture of Jim Hazlett.
Oh, yeah.
You told me that his brother wrote this book. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got one.
I got one too. I thought I didn't start reading. I just glanced through it. It's sort of strange, I thought.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, Jim was in a strange part of his life when he wrote it or dictated.
I think his brother wrote it for himself, so I don't know.
Why was it strange?
It just jumped all around, first of all. There was no rhythm to the book going from one chapter to the other. And-
Yeah, the chapters were probably written separately and then kind of
and
pasted
so it
together.
had no continuity, like, gee, I want to read the next chapter or anything, It
Okay.
wasn't, it's just a fact thing, like reading fact books, and people who knew Jim might have a different image of him. And the way he turned it into a religious thing,
Well, a lot of us are mentioned in there.
huh?
A lot of us are mentioned in his book.
Yeah, he has a whole section about your father's mustache.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I just thought it was strange reading. Of course, I've been reading Jackie Gleason, so it's a bad comparison.
Well, this picture, if you look at this candle on the table,
Yes,
if that's all you saw, you would immediately say, wow, the 70s. That design is so 70s.
Yeah.
that was at a.
It has to have a bowl of cheese next to it with fondue.
We were at an outside job somewhere, and they had. I guess we must have brought the tablecloths with us. I'm not for sure, but we have our postcards and the mustaches on the table.
Yeah.
So that was I think that was the one over in Louisiana somewhere. I forgot where we were.
Hey, Roger, I'm looking at Bruce O'Neill right there. Who was the girl he married? Cute little girl.
I don't know.
Yeah, you were with her at Friends Memorial.
I was what?
You were talking with her at Fred's Memorial.
Oh, I was?
Yeah.
Good.
You came up to me when I got there. You said, "Do you know who this is?" And I couldn't remember her name. I said, "But you were married to Bruce O'Neill."
You know, I remember talking to several people I hadn't seen for, 30, 40 years or whatever. And
Right.
Is Bruce O'Neill still alive?
Yeah.
yeah, he's still around. He's kicking dust.
Oh, that's good. I just, you never know.
Well, that's a sad thing. You don't never know. All of a sudden you start getting notices, or you want to read about someone and you pull them up on Google and they're, well, shit, they passed away.
That happens more and more to guys like our age now.
Well,
That's what sucks. My dad told me we got this living all wrong. We're supposed to be born old and grow young.
There you go.
I agree. It's be a good time to have money too when you were young.
I always liked that button.
This is when we were promoting that new album.
I remember those.
Yeah. I have an album with W.C. Fields and Mae West.
Arg.
Mae West sings on one side, and other side W.C. Fields.
There's a lot of him on YouTube.
Oh,
There's a really great one of a waitress. He's in a restaurant with a hat. He tries to steal somebody's hat, and it's really funny.
He was quite the character.
He was a character. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, shut up. I got my dogs in there because I got the cleaning.
Do you remember W.C. Fields' epitaph on his gravestone?
Yeah.
Oh, it's simply, the marker says, "All things considered, I'd rather be in Philadelphia."
I like that.
Well, Merv Griffin wrote on his, I'm not coming back after the break.
Oh,
Where you going? Come
that's a
back.
good one too.
That's good.
Hey, Roger, did you get that email about Musical Instrument Museum?
About who?
I finally got around to sending you an email about the Musical Instrument Museum yesterday. Up by Talking Stick, did you get that?
No, I haven't read it.
Oh, but I wanted to make sure I got your email address right and that you got it.
Yeah, the trouble
Okay,
is, over
cool.
the years, I created too many email addresses. I used to have one for real estate business and one for fun and one for people of a different era of my life. And
Yeah, you had given that to me a couple of months ago and I lost it and just found it again, so I sent it to you.
my family members have it, but they're off to the side. I was at the reunion.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Jamie Bryce on the right.
Yep.
And Terry Black playing the banjo.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, sure.
He passed away a while back.
Oh,
yeah. Who's on trombone?
That's Craig Grant.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Greg Grant. He was a good horn player, or is a good horn player.
He still is. In fact, I'm working with him next week.
Yeah, I met him in Connecticut years ago. I used to like
That's
like
cool.
listening to him.
Given you're up there in the East Coast area where you're still gonna hang out with some of the guys that worked with the Mustache years ago.
A few here and there. I see Craig because he lives probably about an hour away.
Oh, that's nice.
And yeah, he and I were in the same jazz band together, which we got a little, in fact, we got a little reunion concert going next week, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, Mike, you got my address because you sent me that you were nice and sent me those patches.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll look it up. I got it somewhere.
Okay.
If I can't find it, I'll email you again.
Okay. Or I can email you. All right, let's see. We have,
Where's Billy Blank today?
it's Bonnie's birthday.
Oh, that's right. I saw that. Yeah. There's a shot from the New York club
Oh, yeah.
from that garage next door there. Wasn't there a fire station next to that somewhere down there? Kim, do you remember there wasn't there a fire station about by the club?
The fire station? I don't remember a fire station.
No, I guess I'm just thinking of the garage there.
I used to park my motorcycle in the garage.
Yeah,
Yeah, I used to. You go down the street that Julius is on the left, and the what do you call it? That restaurant we used to like to eat in.
Riviera. So
The Riviera's on the right, I think, isn't it?
yeah, it's across the street.
Oh, the Riviera's across the street, yeah.
Yeah,
Which recently closed, by the way.
that's what we were saying. That's hard to believe.
Yeah,
I mean, it's.
been there 100 years.
I know that's what's irritating about it. And that area right down there where the mustache is located, and Joe's house wasn't too far from there, and there were all kinds of just nice little restaurants around the corner, downstairs, and you get the best food.
There was a little delicatessen just past that garage
Yeah,
where we used to get the sandwich once in a while.
I could. When I lived there, I lived up on West 16th Street, which wasn't very far. I'd walk to work all the time.
Sure.
22 West 16th.
Yeah.
It took me several months to find a place to live there, though. I told Joe I wasn't going to live in a high rise.
No,
So he put me up in a high rise. So I found a nice brownstone house to live in. The landlord lived downstairs. I lived on the main floor. And I think there are 2 levels above me.
And what'd that cost you?
What did it cost me? Back then, I had a deal with Joel. He wanted me to stay in New York. I said, okay. Told him how I wanted to live. He said, well, I can either pay you more money or I can pay your rent. I said, why don't you pay my rent? He said, okay. Well, he liked it because it was a write-off, a business deal. I liked it, sort of kept my income at a nice level where I wasn't paying more taxes. So it was a win-win. Oh, shut up.
Can't listen to you.
But I think the rent back then was only like $500 a month or something.
Jeez.
It was a
really?
great apartment.
Good Lord,
Hey,
I picked
no.
Okay, muted him for a minute.
yeah, 500 a month. My God, I paid 175 for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Well, I was thinking 500 at that time was a lot of money.
It was a ton. It was a ton. My goodness.
Yeah.
The apartment that when I moved to New York in '64, I split it. I spent a year with sharing an apartment with Grove Thomas, who was the washboard player, and that rent was 140. And when I
Roger,
went
you're
out,
muted, so you got to unmute yourself. I can't do it. Can you see at the bottom where that line is through the microphone?
There I am. There. Sorry.
Yeah.
All this high-tech shit. I like to hold the microphone in my hand and talk.
Well, we can get you one of those too. All right, let me get rid of that.
Really.
Okay. hold
Back
on.
in 75, Danny and I had an apartment a block and a half from the club, $180 a month.
Yeah. There's a friend of
That's
the,
that's a deal.
yeah. There's a friend of the mustache in New York.
Yep. If you go around the corner, that's where the garage
Yeah.
was.
There used to be lines all the way down that side of the club constantly.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was, and
And there's Joe Terra, picture of him.
yeah,
You're right. You're right.
that was a
Good
great club.
I just let Ira in, so he's must be coming
He's early. No, he's not. It's on
right
time.
on time. He sets alarm.
Picture up. Keep that picture up.
Yeah, I am.
Who's coming on, Ira?
Ira.
What's
Hey,
that?
Ira.
That picture looks familiar.
Hey, Ira.
Hey, Ira.
Hey, guys,
How you doing,
Yes.
buddy?
there's Joe Terra out front.
That's right. It's a picture right there.
Was that your handiwork?
No, I never remember his picture out there, so that had to be in the 60s.
I
Like,
don't remember,
69.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
could
it
be.
either. I don't remember it either. So it had to be after 1970.
Probably it was an earlier time when they opened. I can't see. What's the other sign? Oh, ladies night.
Of course, the fact that I don't remember it doesn't mean it wasn't there, you know.
I think it was in the, before the late 60s, before 69.
You know, when you leave there, you're sufficiently anesthetized, so you don't probably remember much. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when did the New Orleans club open?
When did what?
When did New Orleans open?
It opened in 60.
64, wasn't it? 65?
Oh, okay.
Around 65. Because
Just New Orleans is up on the sign.
Fred
I
and I
think I was 65.
Because Fred and I were at Cape Cod, and when we came down from Cape Cod to New Orleans Club, it had just opened, but we were in there in the spring of 65, just when it opened. And Joel was in there playing, and I'm trying to think who else was on the trombone. I can't think now, anyway. If I see their pictures, I'll think. But anyway, we were in there 2 nights in a row, just getting drunk and singing. One night we're walking down the street, Joel was standing outside and said, "Looky here, my 2 favorite customers." But we were right in front of the band, and we knew all the songs. Fred and I were in choir together, so we just knew a lot of the music and everything. So, and he said, "You guys looking for work?" And Fred was living there, and I was still living in Missouri. And Fred said, "Yeah, I'm looking for work." He said, "Come back tomorrow and talk to Jack Stillwell. He'll give you a job." Fred went back and got the job there, and then that summer he come and picked me up on his way to Cape Cod. I was in Missouri, and I left and never came back.
What opened first, New York or New Orleans?
New
What's that?
York, New York, New York.
New York opened first?
Because I went down, I was in New York and I went down for the opening of New Orleans.
Yeah, New York. New York.
Hey,
Yeah.
guys, I got a split, got a gig to go to.
All right, have a
Good for
good
you,
one, Barry.
Brad.
Bless
Have
you,
a
my
good one.
boy. Bless you, my boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I
see
gotta
you.
take
Right
off
back,
too.
guys.
I gotta take off too. Gotta meet my wife.
Have a good one, Rick.
Where's your wife?
Yeah. Where is she?
Yeah.
At work. At
Well,
work.
that's a good job. Good job.
Yes, yeah. Someone's gotta maintain.
You gotta
the house.
work, keep the house going.
Just a few days part-time, you know.
Okay, take care.
See y'all later.
Be well.
Okay, Ira, since you're here, there's another New York shot. Can you guys see it?
I see it.
Did Ira leave us?
Are we the only ones left?
Yeah.
What the
I don't know.
hell? Get the whiskey out.
Put it up for Ira, but I think he's gone to the bathroom or something. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder when
Oh,
that picture was taken.
That's a nice, I like that picture a lot. It's got nice composition to it. The contrast is good. It's very nice. Your mustache is highlighted very nicely.
yeah, it's a good picture.
Yeah.
That Mustang on the lower right is probably
Oh,
around
wow.
67 or 68.
Yeah, I love looking at old pictures, looking at the cars.
Yeah,
Well, isn't it?
none of those cars look newer than about 67, 68, maybe 69 at the most.
Oh, wow, is that the woman's house with the tension in the back? That's what that is.
What that
The one with
is.
the clock on it.
That's
No,
some-
that's the women's prison. Yeah, you're right.
Right, that was the
Oh,
woman,
it-
because we used to walk by her and they'd be screaming out the windows.
Yes, they did.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Wow.
James Beard, the cook, I think, used to live across the street from there. And if you go around the corner, was that great little bakery that made those chocolate things that were so good. I can't remember the name of the bakery, but it was a famous bakery.
Yeah.
Across the street on Sixth Avenue was Balducci's, the original Balducci's gourmet grocery. You're bringing back memories now, boy. Those are terrific years.
Yep.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I used to park my motorcycle in the traveler's garage. There were two gas pumps right on the right-hand side as you drove in.
That's
And
right, the gas.
they gave you the space back behind those things for $25 a month, which is a real deal.
That's where we parked the mustache car in the traveler's garage.
Yeah.
I remember the gas pump that was in there. When I first got to New York, I had a car and I said, I need to get rid of my car.
Yeah.
I drove it back to New Orleans and sold it.
Yeah, we used to go on excursions with on the motorcycle. It was really terrific. On summer nights, we drive around the island, take the west side way, the east side way, and take the ridge across. It's 28 miles to go around Manhattan. It was great trip.
Fella, get over it. Cookie.
All right, well, that's it, Roger. That's what you sent.
Yeah, I was trying to send some
Oh.
more. It's funny, when I get in my photographs and I want to send them to you, when it pulls up, it makes them real little. I got that one, yeah.
Jerry Sacco.
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
I saw that on the line, just looking at mustache cups. So look at here.
Blair
Someone
Foursquare.
had art on that. I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
I've got 5 mustache cups. I think there's a Denver, maybe New York, New Orleans, and then my daughter was in town last summer and in a little place called Florissant, Colorado, down by the Canyon City State Prison, Colorado State Prison. She found one without any identification on it as far as what location.
Really.
Mike, do you know what Jerry Sacco died of?
Yeah, I think it was lung cancer. I know he had a
Good.
lung removed 2 or 3 years before he died, and he was in pretty bad shape, but I'm not sure if I ever knew the exact cause of death. But I think it was cancer. He was a heavy smoker like I was.
Yeah.
And he spent about the last year and a half of his life in a facility, in a very small room with a roommate that they didn't get along at all. And Jerry had a terrible struggle. Peter Babcock and I saw him about 6 months before he died when we were out at Sacramento Jazz Festival. And he wanted us to take him out to lunch and we couldn't because he was having seizures and he had a terrible time. But he
How
hired a
long
lot of
is he
really good.
gone?
He wasn't-
20 years?
No, not that long. I'll look it up. I don't remember exactly. I've got it in the computer somewhere. Every now and then on his birthday, which is September 7th, I'll post a thing saying in memory of Jerry Sacco and stuff. But he hired a lot of really good people, musicians and non-musicians at the Denver Club.
Yeah.
I have a picture of him somewhere, but I can't find it off.
I know he was at the 87 reunion.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
yeah, he's the first guy I ever saw playing washboard. So you can blame all my washboard stuff playing on Jerry Sacco. And I know he probably got it from Tara.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Babcock, I think, got it from Tara, although I doubt that Peter would admit it. But you look at the washboards, and Peter's and Tara's are almost identical.
Jesus.
And I copied mine directly from Jerry.
Hey, Mike, could you send that video of yours from the Evergreen? Could you send it to Tom and Tom could put a piece of it on?
Yeah. I'll send it to both Tom and Bill. And if anybody,
Because I'd love to see the Mustache Band from Denver. That'd be fun to watch.
yeah, if you want to, I'll just send you the link to it, Jim. I've got your email address.
Oh, sure, great.
Yeah. if anybody wants to see it, Ira and Roger, we played Denver Mustache Band played a festival in Evergreen this past weekend, and we're like a 9-piece band with 7 pieces plus me on washboard and a chick singer.
Oh,
Nothing
wow.
like the old Mustache days, and I've got about an hour-long video of it. If you want to, I'll send it
Hey,
to you. It's a good band.
Can't
So
find
do-
a Jerry Sacco picture.
If you want, Ira and Roger, if you want it, I'll send it to you. If not, that's cool.
Bella, get over here. Jesus, damn dog. One dog just lays down real quiet.
Tom, Jerry was in that picture you sent me a couple weeks ago of the dinner at Peter's backyard too.
I have some pictures of him at the Connecticut reunion. I'll send them to Tom.
Okay. Sometimes I just have trouble finding him in here.
And somewhere there's a picture of Jerry when he was skinny at the Mustache in Denver doing the Strip to Temptation with his shirt
Oh,
off.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
Get over here.
Anybody booked their hotel room yet at the hotel?
Yeah.
I haven't, but it's on my to-do list.
Yeah, I got the link, or I can call the hotel.
Is that information on today's page
Yeah,
before we signed in?
Marty sent a note to everybody, and then Tom put the note as the lead
Yeah.
to this on this.
Right.
Right, that's what I saw, yeah.
I got flights from Fort Myers into New Haven, but it gets in at
Oh,
9:30 at night. So I might go the day early and I'll be there,
Does that mean I have to fly into Fort Myers from Arizona to get to New Haven? What the hell?
I thought if anything, it would have been flights from Punta Gorda, the smaller airport. But they got it directly into New Haven. That's the closest airport.
Boy, I'll tell you, it's only 15 minutes from the hotel.
Right.
Oh, the airport is?
Yeah. Tweed Airport from New Haven, yeah.
Tweet, that's the one I would fly into.
Yeah, well, Bradley's probably an hour away.
That's what it said. Bradley's about an hour away. I'll fly into Tweed, but I don't want to get there at 9:30 at night. So I'll fly in the day early.
That's too late for you to be out anyway.
Yeah, I can't be out that
Right.
late. I'm in bed by then.
You can't
Bring it
stay
on.
up late like you used to.
I'll go to Louis' Lunchbox for lunch.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. It's so true. Oh, my.
Really. I still have a thing where I have trouble going to bed early though.
Me too.
My
Depends
body-
what you mean by early.
Well, I usually don't go to bed till around midnight or so,
It's like my wife.
That's early.
or 1 o'clock, whatever. It's just, my body doesn't function that way. I don't know what the hell.
It's true. It's all those years where we.
All those years I worked at,
Exactly.
Yeah.
All these 4 o'clock in the morning kind of gigs, it was,
Yeah,
it destroys your sense of normalcy.
That's for sure.
Exactly. I don't function good when I get, we're early, I'm having a guy redo our pool, and he gets here like at between 5:30 and 6, and I gotta get up and do like, I'm so out of whack for 4 or 5 hours, then I gotta go take a nap. Damn it, there you go.
Well, you've never given up the morning nap. That's good.
Well, yeah, but I don't really get into a deep sleep or anything. It's just like I'm hazy floating in space or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just the way it is. What's that shirt you got on, Kim? That the logo on your shirt here?
That's the Connecticut Jazz Fest.
Oh, the traditional jazz fest.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I used to be the music director for that. Joel was, of course, the head of it. So
Well, I was in New
That was
Haven.
a good festival, Jim. It was a lot of fun.
it was terrific. I had a great 10 years there. Great.
Yeah, so did I.
And I played in that festival with what, 4 different bands, I think
Is
it
that the
was.
one they have downtown at the square? New
No.
Haven?
No, this was out in, well, it was in 2 different places. One, for 3 years, it was in Guilford, Connecticut at a fairgrounds out there. And
Okay.
the rest of the time was in a Sunrise Resort, which was in
Modus.
Otis, Connecticut. That was a big place. And
That
we
was a
had-
great place.
Well, this is the Connecticut one, right? Okay.
Yes,
Because the New Haven used to have a jazz festival or a music festival downtown.
they still do. They
They still
still do. It, not our kind of music, but they still have one.
Well, it's probably changed.
Hartford Jazz Society has one as well.
I think when I was there, I think Cab Galloway was still alive. And he played
Yep,
down.
Callaway.
Yeah.
Ah,
Cap Calloway was alive when, and vibrant when we were younger.
I have a big poster of with him and all the people who played that. It's in the New Haven square there. And across the street was a New Haven restaurant. that
Hello.
showed,
Well, there's a green and they usually have the festivals on the New Haven Green, which is
mhm.
a pretty big green area. And we're not talking Central Park here, but it's still pretty big.
yeah.
It's I never played that one. I played the Hartford Festival, but I never played the one in New Haven. But, and now it's all gone. Now all our kind of music is gone. It's a pity.
The era is maybe it comes back around, doesn't it?
Well, it did once. The music, Dixieland kind of music was dead for a long time, and then it came back in the late 60s and 70s. The jazz festivals were very big.
I don't see it coming back.
No, not anymore.
No,
Nope.
I'm playing in the swing band, and we do a lot of the 40s and 30s stuff for nursing homes. We go in and play a couple hours for these people, and it's about as long as they can stay awake. So we just cut it for a couple of hours, and they're the only people left that know the music. And I was telling the band leader, I said, it's getting to the point where we're older than the goddamn people sitting here in the nursing homes. And I said, if we're gonna continue to do this, we're gonna have to update the repertoire and get into the 50s and 60s, because those are the people in their 70s, and we're in our 80s.
there's still
Started doing some of that. They were starting to do the Beatles songs and stuff.
Yeah, right. Beatles stuff. That's the sort of thing I'm thinking. I said I can do Buddy Holly if you want. I mean, I put myself through college doing that stuff.
Well,
But,
you could do Elvis, couldn't you?
sure.
You can shake the hips, can't you?
Absolutely.
Elvis is very popular. Of course,
If I go into that sufficiently medicated, I can do anything.
I went to see the Elvis movie with a friend of mine who has Alzheimer's because she needed somebody to go with.
Sure.
And it was a really good movie.
I heard it was great.
And at the
Yeah.
very end, I thought that because the guy who was playing Elvis, it looked like they had put a lot of makeup on, a lot of fake weight.
yeah.
And I
Sure.
realized it was the original. It was Elvis. It was a recording of the real Elvis.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it got mixed up in there. I was watching it too. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
it changed. Was like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, Roger, there's a good Dixieland type festival in Chandler, Arizona in November.
Where is it?
Chandler, Arizona at the San Marcos Resort has been going on for years, at least 30 years. I'll send you a link to it. And then there's still a few good festivals on the West Coast, San Diego,
Yeah,
Monterey, Pismo Beach, no, not Coos Bay anymore. And let's see, there's one in Sun Valley. There's a few left, not many. There used to be tons of them about 20, 25 years ago, but most of them are gone.
aren't there some bluegrass festivals around here too?
In Arizona, I have no idea about bluegrass,
Yeah.
but the festival in Chandler, I've been to about 3 different times. It's a really good one. And the San Marcos Resort is really excellent. They have about 5 venues and bands from around the country, and there's frequently old mustache players that are there.
Yeah. I was going to do Chandler with Igor, but Igor decided to retire, and I don't do it anymore. I played a couple of festivals with Igor. He was great fun. different
Yeah, he
kind of,
was.
different kind of stuff, but it was great fun.
Ego's Jazz Cowboys. That was a hell of a band a bunch of years ago.
Oh,
Did some
yeah.
great players.
Yeah, when their singer, I'm trying to remember his name, went away, quit the band to go with the Christy Minstrels, not Christy Minstrels, but it was a group like the Christy Minstrels. He left the band, and of course he was a big show. He was the big star of the show.
That was Galen
Galen, that's him.
Yeah.
That's him.
and Joel on
Galen-
fiddle.
Yeah, when Galen quit, I had to replace him basically. And I said, "You're not going to ask me to sing like him, for heaven's sakes." You know, that's
Yeah, that was a great Big John on saxophone.
Big John was great. He was fun. He was fun to be with.
Okay, I gotta cut out. My dogs are getting out of control.
Well,
All right, have a good one, Roger.
I'm
Take
cooking.
care, Rod. See you next week.
Yeah.
I'm cooking,
I'm
so I
working
gotta
on
go
some
too.
pictures from, see if I can find some stuff about Vancouver. To
That'd
put
be
on
fun
there.
to see. I'm totally unfamiliar with that. It'd be fun to see.
Yeah, the thing is that it wasn't open a long time, but,
Well, neither was St. Louis, but that's another story.
yeah, that's another story.
Wasn't Vancouver a franchise, Roger?
That was the first franchise, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I went up there and worked for a year. But it was an interesting story. I'll share it with you sometime. Too long to tell now.
well, listen, it's good to see all you guys and talk to you all.
See
See
you.
you next
Yeah, I'm gonna
week.
check that now too, guys.
Thanks,
Take care of
Ira.
yourself, Mike.
Okay,
See ya.
we'll see you guys next week.
All right,
Okay.
you bet.
And we'll,